bougie, but I know just how to act. Don't want it less, it's adding to the bag.
Hey guys, welcome back to my chan. It's Arii, and it's been a week since I've been in school, and last week on Twitter I put up a poll to let the people who follow me on Twitter decide whether or not last week's video should be either a vlog about my college experience or if I should do my personal experience of a gap year since I took one. And people chose my first day at college vlog, so I'm gonna make this week's video for, I feel like, the only person who was like really upset about the video not coming out last week. So I'm reading the paper. For Kathy and her daughter who's thinking about taking a gap year, this is for you, and I hope you enjoy. Okay. Boop. Okay, so I'm gonna read off the paper. This is where all my notes and stuff are. So yeah, let me give y'all, if y'all don't know what a gap year is, a gap year to me is just like a year of not going to school but pursuing other fields and practices and purposes just to see where you fit, or it's basically a break from school. So taking a gap year before college is really popular among students from who live in the Europe region, of which I've been seeing, and has gained traction among U.S. students due to the pressure of academics success in high school and the constant urgency to try to get into the best college that you possibly can. So the reason why I took a gap year, I graduated last year in 2018. So the reason I took a gap year was because, you know, in America, you typically start school or pre-K in around 4 or 5 years old. So since I graduated at 18, I've been in the schooling system for about 12 years. I think that's how that works. I'm not good at math. But, you know, up until I've always been college and career ready since 3rd grade, I want to say. So I feel like since 3rd grade, I've always knew what I wanted to be in life. I planned it, oh yeah, I'm going to go to this college, and oh, I'm going to get this grade so I can go here and I can study this, and I want to grow up and be a nurse and all this other stuff. But as well as I planned that out, I can't, it went completely differently. I want to say around my junior year of high school is when I started to feel as if, you know, maybe I don't want to do nursing. I feel like everybody does nursing. That didn't feel as special to me as, you know, it did when I was little. So I started thinking to myself, oh yeah, maybe I can take a break after high school and see what happens, see what I can do. And that's what I did. A year later, I figured I should take a break. I started to feel overwhelmed. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself yet. like, I just changed my future career to myself, you know. In high school, I've always told my counselors, like, oh, I want to be, I think my choices were, I feel like I only had two or three. I can't remember the third one. It was probably what my major is now. So it was either nursing or, oh, I know what it is. It was nursing, social work, or a model, which was all over the place, except everywhere except the spectrum, where people typically fall, like they normally fall under a certain category. I ain't fall under that category. I was all over the place. So yeah, I just felt out of sorts with myself. I didn't feel as if I was ready as much as I used to feel like I was ready to go to college. So I talked to my mom. We talked it over. She has always been very supportive over what I chose to do with my life. So she let it happen. She said, okay, you want to take a gap year? Let's take a gap year. See, take time for yourself and recuperate and re-energize yourself so you can give your best self to the universe and make the positive changes in the world that needs to be seen. Okay, so pro number 1, it taking a year off, it gives you time to pursue other passions. Like I said, that's what I did. Con number 1, there's a chance, like there's a balance that you have to really focus on when taking a gap year. Because when you take a gap year, you're losing like academic momentum. Since you're out of school, you tend to forget the things that you learned in school unless you continue to practice it to some degree. So yeah. Another thing is pro number 2, you get the opportunity to work and get money. If you are, let's say, living in a single parent household and you didn't get a scholarship, I think taking a gap year would be really good, because then you get to work, earn some money, save up for college or community college, because schooling in general is, expensive, at least here. I think everywhere else, has some kind of like free higher education, or like it's not as much as it is in America. So there's that. But other people will see it as wasting time. Like, you can just go to school, get it over with. When it's not that simple, you know yourself better than anyone else. So if you feel like taking a gap year is going to be like, is the best thing that you can do right now, take it. It ain't hurting them. It's only going to benefit you. Okay, so number 3, taking a gap year can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. With taking a gap year, you can do about anything. There's different levels to taking a gap year. So you could either, just do nothing. I wouldn't recommend that. Or you could, take a break, work, earn money, study a little bit so you don't lose your, anything that you gained over the past 12 or so years. Or you could take the year off to study in different places, learn different cultures, see the world. if you got money like that. Right? Another thing, a con to being a once in a lifetime experience is it could be expensive if you allow it to be. I didn't really spend as much as typical people who go and travel the world, because I didn't travel the world. I just worked and I went on a cruise, but my parents paid for the cruise. That was my last trip before they consider me an adult to them. So I didn't pay for that. That was a gift, which I'm grateful for. And yeah, so another pro is that it could be really impressive on, resumes and things, because it shows people that you know what you want, I think. Or how I see it, it shows people what you want. It's not like you're undecisive or, you're unsure about things. You took a whole year off from school and it benefited you in the best possible way. I didn't put my phone on do not disturb, and I'm getting a whole bunch of notifications from class. We're gonna ignore that. So a con for taking a gap year is that you'll be a year behind. I don't really see that as a con, because there's people who go to school at all different ages and do anything at any age to get their degree. So it wouldn't matter when you went back to school, as long as you go back and, do what you have to do to get the job done. Go get your degree so you can live your best life, right? Okay, so it prepares you for life. I feel like taking a gap year provides you with the life experiences that you not only will get in college, but it will prepare you for outside life experiences. Because you're not in school, but you're not really out the house yet, but you can learn. A gap year is a learning process without the lines or the format of being in an actual educational system. Some students with taking a gap year often become distracted with the new life experience they gain. If you're one of those gap year students that go abroad and see the world, you might be into that lifestyle, and you might think, oh yeah, if this is how it is, I don't ever want to go back to school. That's negative thinking. That's a negative mindset. I don't personally like to think like that, because a few months, not directly after high school, but when everybody else was going back to school, I kind of felt bored. None of my friends, my friends, we all took gap years, so I wasn't too bad, but I still felt bored. Everybody was just in school and I was working, so you gotta be prepared for that. But yeah, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, with the students who get distracted with their new life experience and take time to explore, you're actually taking more time. You're gonna end up taking more time off, which is gonna make you delay your start going back to school, and you'll just be in school longer. And it's gonna throw off the whole purpose of a gap year, because a gap year should only be 1 year, if anything, maybe 2, but no more than 2, because then people are gonna start saying things, and we don't want that. So, studies say that if you take a gap year, you'll be able to perform better in college. Since this is my first year, I can't really give you if that's completely accurate or not, but maybe after this semester or so, I'll tell y'all how that went, or something along the lines, or maybe after my whole first year of college. So I addressed my last con by just saying you'll be bored. I was bored, at least, unless you make, like, if you're exploring the world, I'm pretty sure you won't be bored. But I was bored because I stayed home and I just worked. So between those two places, I didn't do nothing besides that one cruise. So yeah. Another thing is that some people may be scared of. If your friends aren't going to college, are going to college, and you're thinking about taking a gap year, you'll always be friends with them. You taking a gap year isn't going to affect them, and if somehow they can't accept that you're taking a gap year or whatever else, you can always make new friends. And another thing, or another study says that taking a gap year, you'll be less likely to burn out during the course of the year. But who knows? That's what I've gained through my pros and cons of taking a gap year. So if you are a student who feels you wish to contribute to something before college, or you have a passion for a cause that will help you gain tremendous experience and which could benefit your time at any university or community college, a gap year could be an excellent option for you. But for those students upcoming or currently in this situation, if you feel as if you're excited about college and you're dedicated to your studies and ready to take that next step in your academic career, then taking a gap year isn't truly necessary. There will always be experiences or chances to experience different worlds, different lifestyles, different cultures, overall new experiences with study abroad programs. I don't know which exact majors, take part in study abroad programs. I know for my major, for which so far in my school, I haven't seen a study abroad program for my major. I don't think it's really necessary for my major to learn about or to learn in a different world setting. So I'm okay with not studying abroad. But still, you'll be able to if your major allows it. Yeah, but overall, regarding your decision, whether or not you choose to take a gap year or go straight into school, I think you should make sure you don't make your decision off of impulse, or don't feel pressured to take a gap year, or don't feel pressured to just rush into school because everybody else is rushing into school. Like, if your friends are ready for school but you're not ready, don't put yourself in the position to fail, because that's only going to harm you, and you're going to be discouraged for ever trying to go back to school, and it shouldn't be like that. So to me, at least, there's benefits to both taking a gap year or going straight away, and overall, the decision is going to be a personal one. So, you know, when you're making a decision, do it for yourself. If not, by yourself. If you're not strong enough, or you don't feel as if you're going to make the right decision off the bat, talk to your parents, talk to your guardians, talk to counselors, talk to whomever you feel safest with. You know, taking a gap year is based on admission and financial situations and college readiness. I sure hope that this video was able to help my Twitter. I'm not sure if she follows me, but my person on Twitter named Kathy Reyes, I think is how you pronounce her name, and her daughter who is considering taking a gap year. I'm pretty sure you'll do amazing when you join the Marines. If you decide that, oh yeah, taking a gap year is the best decision for my daughter, or you just want to hurry up and go to school, I hope I could help. I hope making this video helps anybody else in the upcoming 2019-2020 school year, or in the future, or yeah. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So, because if I forget, then I just gotta re-record, and I don't really want to re-record. So I have homework. Yeah. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell, follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure my Snapchat's down there. Twitter for future polls and ideas, and yeah. Alright, bye guys.
And Joe hating on my elements, stunting my potential.